It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. Can you feel it?
I totally feel that. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And clearly I'm rubbish at predicting the results because I thought last time, was it DRC we were playing? And I was like, yeah we're not going to win this.
Congo,
and we won.
as they called it.
Dr. Congo, yeah. We beat Dr. Congo. We sent the Vikings back home, rowing back home. So that was quite sort of fun. I did quite like, we'll put a link to it, but there was like, I don't know if you saw, there's that one Norwegian fan who refused to do the rowing. Because he had the most like, I know a few Norwegians like this. He had the most like answer, almost German like answer, saying something like, "Oh, well, we didn't row across the Atlantic, we sailed," and that was his reason for not celebrating. so props to that guy. Props to that guy. I really like him. But yes,
he's very staying with us. With his rules.
Historically accurate. Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely something you enjoy as a former history student. So it's like something like
I can respect
it. My respect.
I can totally respect it. So yeah, we're playing Argentina later. So this is going to be we're at crunch time now. We're going to lose.
Yes. So it's like very quick new episode of Unresolved Dependencies, and directly jumping onto the pitch, literally going to the pub. I don't know where you're watching it. For England versus Argentina, the second semi-final of the World Cup, and we are searching for the opponent for Spain, who beat surprisingly weak French team yesterday. So yeah, we are. So I mean, when this airs, we already know who wins the World Cup and if it's coming home. So let's see. Maybe you have more to celebrate.
And it's a German victory as well, as we've already discussed. So, we fully expect Germany's support in this endeavour, always. Particularly if it means that we're going to be beating the Spanish as well. So,
yeah, but I would assume that you have more chances to beat the Spanish than Argentina has. But Argentina has this like 12th man called Infantino, who was maybe figuring things out tonight and on the next fixture. But let's see.
But speaking of countries, we've got to do the features, haven't we? We got to do Joe's travels. It's kind of mandatory.
You have to. So, you're traveling to New York for the final match?
I shudder to think how much that. No, I was actually forwarded an email with cost for to go to the game, premium seats. I'm doing quote marks here, so probably. So just a bench somewhere, hotel, and I think shuttle buses. Do you want to guess how much it was per person?
For the final or for general?
For the final.
15 grand.
Yeah, pretty close. It was about, I think, $1,200 per person.
1,200. Wow.
Yeah, so that's quite a lot. So no, unfortunately, won't be going to New York as part of it, but do have some potentially interesting places to be going to. So yeah, let's do the feature again. No answers. So we're just going to keep trying. We're literally begging you now to actually get involved here and give us an answer. So hello@unresolveddependencies.com. We do have a few listeners to the podcast, I know, because based on some of the messages and that I do receive. So please do get involved if you'd like to. If you were curious, the answer to the last clue was Port Logan in Scotland. So Logan being the name of Wolverine, obviously famous.
Oh, that's where it's coming from.
You see, yeah. So I spent a few days in Scotland recently, so that was very nice, staying up there with some family, so that was really good. So that was the answer from last time. The next destination I'm going to be at, and if you wanted to guess the answer to this, hello@unresolveddependencies.com. So it's actually a place I'm going to be going via. So this is a famous city of love, well known for its many masterpieces, and also for a particular landmark built by a civil engineer called Gustav, who was also the subject of a song by the Pixies. Where am I going to be next? Let us know. hello@unresolveddependencies.com, and we'll see if you can get a nice little shout out next episode.
Very nice. I have literally no clue where you're going to. I cannot even guess something because Gustav sounds very Nordic, so maybe that's some hint.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see.
Cool.
Let's see how people guess. Maybe as well we need to introduce some swag soon. Maybe after the summer, need to bring some swag in to motivate people more to participate in your little game.
I feel we need to up a game a bit. We've committed to the feature. We've done it for 10 episodes now, but yeah, I think we do need to have some sort of incentive. So let's see if we can.
10th episode.
It is the 10th episode. You've literally been with me for. How could you forget? Seriously, how could you forget?
I don't know.
Does it feel like more? Does it feel like less?
It feels like 100.
Yeah. You know what always makes you always feels like more? Whatever you're eating on your plate, which leads me very nicely across to Sebastian's eats. So, Sebastian, what have you been eating this week? I'm dying to know.
You're dying to know. I will not let you down. So, funny enough, I tried the meal like a week ago or something, and then yesterday we had it again because it was so good. So it's maybe one of my fan favorites right now. Basically, it's a potato bowl. So you have lettuce. Is that the right word? Salad, basically. Yeah. On the bottom of your bowl. So you pick up just like a huge bowl or like a bigger plate. And then on top of that, you do have some potatoes. I cut them into little blocks and put in some dressing on top of it. So it was a mixture of olive oil, which I got at Porto Roche for Dynamics Minds, which I bought there. So this was definitely one of the cases or the reason why this was so tasty. Then, of course, some salt and pepper, and as well some spices on top of it. So we decided for more like a Mediterranean style of the potatoes. Then we throw it into our beloved air fryer, of course, for like 20-25 minutes.
Always gotta have the air fryer stuck in there, of course.
Always have it in. Always snug it in. If there is a company out there who want to sponsor this, as doing air fryers, that's like perfect piece to do so.
Exactly.
So that's like the base. So you have lettuce, you have potatoes, and then what we did, there was some meat. So first time we tried it with chicken. Second time we tried it with ground beef. That was better in my opinion. But the chicken was also very nice. So both variants worked well. Maybe as well it could work with fish or tofu, whatever is your preference. And then basically on top of that you have a wild combination of sour cream, which we made out of cheese and I don't know, we already had a quark, right? So some kind of yogurt. And then as well some guacamole and as well some tomato salsa, and on top some cheese and maybe some cheese sauce as well on top of it. So overall it was more like a Mexican style bowl, I would say, like a burrito, but as mentioned, as a bowl with some nice potatoes as a ground, and this is like very nice. So it as well looks nice. So I of course, as the food influencer I am now, I took some pictures which I then definitely can share with you on Instagram. So yeah, looked very nice, tasted amazing, and it was so good we did it twice. So that's always a good hint and a good validation for the meal if we do it in a short time a second time and then improve it more. So yeah,
it's kind of like, because kartoffel salad is quite a popular dish in Germany, but usually it's cold, so it's kind of like you take in the kartoffel salad and make it hot.
So potato salad is something else. It's like purely potato with vinegar and oil and some other spices, and that's it. If you do it with mayonnaise, you're dead to me, basically. This is like not how
Okay.
you do it.
Okay, that sounds like Friday talk to me. Okay.
Yeah, there's a line where like people do it up like in the north of the line they do it with mayonnaise, and in the south do it with vinegar and oil, and vinegar with oil is of course the right answer to that. Yeah, my dad actually makes like the world's best potato salad for sure. So yeah, and
Well,
the best thing, the potatoes are from his own little garden he has, so it's
nice,
even better.
nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm all for potatoes. I'm half Irish, so potatoes are always going to win for me. But I like the twist that you've done with it in terms of like having a bit of meat on there. So I think that's a good choice. I think our listeners are going to be far more interested in seeing that than this travel feature for sure. So we'll get it on. We'll get it onto the socials, and we'll get people salivating over that.
Yes, and I can then as well share the recipe, but it's quite easy. Basically, you throw in potatoes and then you top it off with everything what you think could taste good or what you like. So it's very very nice. I like bowls. So it's a good mixture of like everything what you want to have and nothing what you don't want to have, and then you just like throw everything in, sauce on top, and then you're good.
But you know what
Or
else is
cheese, even better.
Cheese, exactly. But you know what else is making me salivate at the moment? Quite a lot.
No, let me know.
The Copilot Studio new experience.
Oh,
see what I
that's
did?
experience.
That was a segue experience and a half. See, I'm upping my game on this front. So yeah, Copilot Studio new experience. There's been a bit of change there, hasn't there, Sebastian?
Yeah. So maybe I can just bring everyone into the boat, and then we can see which direction we go with this boat.
Yeah.
So I think around build, Microsoft build, start of around like 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. Microsoft just dropped out of nowhere a new experience in Copilot Studio, which was in preview and is still in preview. But I think you can now just go to copilotstudio.microsoft.com, click on enable, and you have a new design. This then as well comes with like new interfaces, like Agent Ops is there for a little bit more governance in Copilot Studio. There is as well a very, very new chat experience, which then builds you as well basically the flow and the agent based on your requirements. So you have not something like a natural language based building or builder for that. And also the whole workflows experience got an overhaul. That was like slightly before build.
Yeah, that's agent flows we're talking about now. It's kind of the same as Power Automate. It's effectively just a nice new designer, isn't it? Effectively.
Yeah, and then they are now called workflows. So they have a fancy new name. And as well, their interface more looks like if you, for example, used NHN or N8N, I don't know, whatever it's called, where you just drag and drop like different bubbles and different components around and connect them and throw-ins and connectors to different other platforms and stuff like that. It looks more like that now. So you can really build something that is based on a sequence, which was possible before in Copilot Studio with, for example, topics or the instructions itself. But with workflows now, it seems to be more natural. And also, of course, there's a new interface for agents. So you can create new agents in a classic, which is the old one, which is basically covering the topics, and the new one, which is not having the topics anymore. But as well, it has new features like memory and also the support of skills, which we also talked about earlier in this podcast. But as well, it has some limitations, but also some different focus, I think, in terms of like what is the ultimate goal with that kind of agent.
Yes, there's a couple of things that interesting to kind of unpack on here. So as you mentioned, it's sort of you should get the option if you go into Copilot Studio, Microsoft.com, you go into your environment, you should see the option there to basically switch over to the new experience. I have noticed it's not 100% kind of reliable. What seems to always force it, if you go to copilotstudio.preview.microsoft.com, then it kind of automatically kind of appears on there. And that's the same. So for any of the always remember, if any of the Power Platform interfaces, make.power, it's make.powerautomate.com, stick preview in there. You'll be able to get a bit of a sneak peek in terms of what's happening. So that's our kind of pro tip for today. So do that if you're having some issues there, because sometimes I've noticed if you enable it, you then can't go back to it after
you can
you've
go
enabled
back.
it.
There's a turn off.
There's a turn off, but then the option then doesn't appear again unless you do. It's a bit weird. So just keep it now.
It's a bit weird. I think you need to wait a little bit. It usually appears lately in the next day or something. Maybe it's cached or something, but you don't have a turn on, turn off switch button or something, or switch which you can just happily switch around. It's more like you need to make a daily decision.
Exactly. And the second thing, I think kind of alluded to it, is that, okay, if you create the agent in the new experience, try then to open it in the old experience. You're not going to have fun at all, because the understanding with this is, I'm partly guessing here, it's a completely new architecture in terms of what they're using. I'm guessing that the new experience is using some Foundry stuff, given that's where all the investments are going, whereas the traditional Copilot Studio agents, it has a long history. It used to be Power Virtual Agents. That's using, I think, all of the old bot framework kind of stuff and all that sort of stuff. So I think that's kind of the reason why you can't switch between that very easily. So you kind of have to decide and commit, really.
Yes, absolutely. That's how it is, and you're at least right with the first guess that it's a new engine. That's what I will state in the announcement. That there is something else in the architectural background. That's why, for example, it can support memories, so it can kind of refer back to what have been there before in former conversations, and as well support skills, which is kind of the cool kid on the block now. And then other things are more sticking to the bot framework, like, for example, topics, or then, for example, different types of knowledge sources, which are not yet there at this day where we are recording this. Also, to my defense, I'm currently on vacation, literally, and I have not looked at it the last 3 days. So whatever there is now, I have no idea. Potentially there's already something new the last 3 days, which they made changes to, but Gio will be happy to jump in for that.
I think it seems to be pretty engine, okay. Yeah.
New engine, new framework, new design, a lot of white space, of course. Microsoft loves their white space. So how do you like it so far? And maybe do you already made up advice when to use which kind of experience? Because there is no integration at the moment. There is no migration path from the old to the new, or vice versa.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a very interesting point, because in all the trainings and all of the sort of conversation we've been having, regarding agents in the past 12 months, it's all been around this kind of, okay, deterministic versus non-deterministic. Okay, when you build an agent, okay, there's certain kind of processes we want to have deterministic, where I'm literally going in and I'm creating the conversation node, I'm creating the tool, the flow manually, and I've got full control over all of that. Versus non-deterministic, where you just sort of handing it off to a large language model and letting it determine it. 9 times out of 10, it should give you the same results, but there is that sort of suspicion there that it may end up giving you something that you don't expect, that may not be desirable, and things like that. So we're kind of getting to a point where, and Daniel Laskowitz will love me to say this, where non-deterministic is dead, maybe, in terms of, I wonder how long it's going to be, because it doesn't appear in the new experience that we're able to, unless we go down the agent flow route, we're able to easily do these kind of deterministic kind of agents, where we can control the responses. The traditional concepts that we've been familiar with from Copilot Studio for ages, like topics and all that sort of stuff, seem to be no longer relevant there. Entities and all that sort of good stuff. So yeah, I don't know what your thoughts are on it, but we're moving more and more towards it being non-deterministic is the way forward.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if I talked about this here already, or it was just a rant at one of the sessions I did at, for example, Cloud. Is I didn't want to build a chatbot which is potentially then just gets some AI based answer because it generates the words for your answer based on the data it searches for. So I think that kind of bots or agents, they will live further, and they are required in some cases, for example, on a website, to really take a lead into the right direction, to not leak any internal data, to follow a certain railroad of conversation just to get something out. And I could as well see this in a productive scenario. For example, if you creating a new opportunity, creating a new contract, creating a new applicant for your HR hiree, for whatever there is. There is definitely cases for that it's just easier, more accessible to do it with some kind of agents, or that kind of agent, which are more closer to a chatbot, but it's just a little bit more intelligent. And I think those would live in the classic experience. But then if we want to really talk about agentic systems, and I'm loading off tasks, and I'm structuring that based on my business processes, and I potentially want to bring in some nice Foundry features, or maybe some orchestration in the future. I want to have some memory features, where the question I get a lot, where like you get this kind of, oh yeah, and then it understands how we're working, and then it kind of gets better over time. Usually it does not. This is like not how it works. But with the memory feature, this seems to be like more realistic, I would say. And then as well, having more straight up agentic approach to the different to the requirement of the customer, and to different needs of the customer. I think this is where it goes. So your chatbot, your Teams chatbot, or your M365 Copilot chatbot, where you basically want to play this like question answer game, or you have some knowledge source in SharePoint and you need to answer some questions against this. That's good to live either in M365 Agent Builder, or then, for example, in the classic Copilot Studio. While then, for example, if you want to have something that runs in the background that monitors your inbox, sorts things out, that lives on a workflow. And then if you need an agent in between, you can just throw them in and have deeper and better features, I would say, and more functionality. Because this is also something which I figured out, that there is no trigger from Power Automate anymore in the new experience. That's completely missing, but you can trigger them just from this new workflow experience I mentioned. So it seems to be like there's a new type of agents, I would say, a new cosmos of agents, which brings in their own ecosystem, which is then as well maybe more or more fitting to the Foundry offerings.
Yeah, it feels like to me, and this is pure speculation on my part, because for a while we've kind of had, GitHub and DevOps kind of, staring each other down as kind of tools that kind of do the same kind of thing, but kind of just still there. I think the big expectation was that when Microsoft acquired GitHub, that DevOps would go and it would all be using GitHub instead. But it's been what, 6-7 years, if not 6-7. However long it's been.
No,
sorry, all right, sorry, I had to do it. I had to do it. I'm sorry. My brain is literally
fucking
programmed.
vacation. Don't do
I'm sorry. But anyway, yeah. So it kind of feels like we're going to be maybe in a state where, okay, you're going to have the Power Virtual agents, classic agents, however they want to call it, that's going to be around for a while, and this new sort of experience. But it is going to be probably a case that, you're going to have to really decide, okay, which route you go down, and where, and it's going to be clear, I think, in terms of where the investments are going to be going moving forward. It's going to be towards that new experience, because Foundry is where all the good stuff is happening on the Azure side, all of the fun and interesting stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that as well, for more complex scenarios, multi-agent frameworks, or new favorite word in the AI community is harness. Not that this was a word before in the development cosmos, but now with agent harness or AI harness, it becomes a new life, and people are betting on that and swearing on that like a harness is something you need to know, you need to have. But yeah, it's fun that like knowing terminology will be just reused in the AI space and then be like the latest shit basically. That's so fun. But yeah, this will happen on Foundry for sure. Yeah, definitely. All right. I think as well we do have a second topic for today, which is less technical, but not less important for at least two of us here in this call. Do you want to?
It's that day of the year, and you need to brace your LinkedIn. You'll need to mute every single account, MVP account that you sort of know. You'll need to just do a full detox. It is MVP renewal day. And
yes, today is the 15th of July, where we're recording this, right before the England-Argentina game. And as well, today is where MVPs get renewed. So maybe, Joe, you are so long in this program already, where I'm more like the newbie guy. Can you
baby
MVP?
MVP,
The baby MVP, as you called me, like the first year. In a loving way, I hope to admit. Would you like to then explain as well, like what are renewals and am I not an MVP for lifetime of all the things I've done and how much people I brought closer to pressure operations and Copilot Studio? Is this not the case?
No, that's not how life works. You don't get given everything on a silver plate, unfortunately. Yeah. So in terms of how the program sort of works, the award is awarded for a single sort of year. And if you're wanting then to kind of maintain that award, then you have to sort of go through a kind of a renewal process. This is where basically you have to sort of resubmit your kind of application. You have to talk about what good you've done in the community over the past sort of year. And then it'll be a case that will then go through and be reviewed. And if you're lucky, you'll then get notified that, you've been extended for another year. But the key thing is that, you're not resting on your laurels. The idea behind the award is that it's recognizing contributions that you've made, positive impact that you kind of made. And that is kind of the requirement to sort of remain in sort of the program. So it's 6 years now for me in the program. 6 years,
like first grade.
Yes, 6, 7. So I couldn't resist. I could not resist. Sorry. It's literally my brain is now literally programmed. As soon as I hear either the word 6 or 7, I have to do it. It's like, I'm sorry, the TikTok or Insta, or whatever you want to call it, it's just ruined my brain permanently.
I just hope that like England wins the World Cup and you have the chance to drink so much Guinness it just resets your fucking brain to like a non-version of like not looking at TikTok. But yeah, this is what it is. This is what I have to deal with every day.
Yeah, you have to deal with it. I'm literally messaging you every day on Teams, 6, 7. What time are we meeting? 6, 7. What time?
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay, but say contributions, I think we managed this. We explained it a little bit before, but this could be like anything from like blog posts, videos. There are a lot of people now exploring as well YouTube, because this is one of my favorite as well learning portals or learning pages. But as well, like speaking at events and organizing events, kudos to them, because this is incredible job to do. So all of that basically gets into it, and then as well how you develop, how you connect with the community. And I think we have good news in this case, because just a few minutes ago, there is an email we received.
Hot off the press. Literally hot off the press.
It's not even... the email is not even marked as read yet in my inbox. So who wants to go first?
I can happily go first. So I'm very humbled and honored, as they say. I've been renewed, it seems. So a huge thank you to Microsoft for thinking I'm still kind of sort of worthy to sort of continue. So that'll make it 7 years now in the program. So that's pretty cool.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah, congratulations. You earned that. I mean, you travel a lot for that.
Yeah, you did good, buddy. You did well done, buddy. You did good.
Did you get like a extra or like additional recognition for traveling? Is that something?
Let's not comment on that. But I have been very fortunate in terms of being able to travel a lot, and obviously have the support of my sort of employer Promex in terms of helping to do that. So very grateful for these opportunities, and yeah, hope to be able to continue contributing in the year ahead. But yeah, we all want to know. Nobody cares about me. We want to know, is Sebastian Sieber still an MVP?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
very humbled and
Congratulations.
honored. Yes, very humbled and honored. Thank you to everyone at Microsoft, at Promix who makes this possible. And I have even better news because I have my dual recognition back, which I lost somehow because I did not understand how the system works. I lost it like just last year. So I got it back for AI, ERP, and Copilot Studio now, which is nice. So I fully committed to the AI hype train on my side, leaving the Power Platform behind me. Next step is Azure, I would say, and then we will figure this out, the Foundry, and learn more about that.
Just empire building. You're just growing and growing your portfolio until you cover every single product. It's like,
No, I better not do this. Certainly not. No, there are some blind spots for sure as well for me. So, and I think that's good as it is. I don't want to be an expert in everything, because then you're directly a master of none. And then I just want to stick with 2, 3 things, get my head around it, and that's fine for me. And then there are so many talented people in this community, and so many knowledgeable people all in every product group or in every product category. So there is definitely someone who knows and is an expert in their field, and I will not challenge them to anything. I will not contribute to their monument of knowledge. So I will just stick with my bread and butter and be humble and honored in the rest of the day, and will be a bit happier because I'm always a bit nervous on these days, because you never know what happens.
Yeah, but it's it's definitely there's a lot of work that goes into sort of just trying to sort of do all this behind the scenes. There's a lot of people I think who I still feel today who have done 10 times more than what I could ever possibly sort of do, and so it's definitely, it's almost like a second job, almost, I would sort of say. But it's an enjoyable second job for me, for sure. If you're doing this and you're not enjoying it, then you have to guess a question, why you're doing it in the first place, for sure.
Absolutely. And and also something to mention that like the MVP award is more like a recognition. It's not like something, it's not a title in my opinion. It's like just a recognition that, just as you mentioned, renews you yearly, and there are as well circumstances that switch your priorities, switch to the different side. There's always live playing its own games, so it's pretty hard to maintain that, and huge respect and kudos to everyone who has done that, but as well for everyone who's just maybe not continuing in the program, and keep your head up. It's maybe just a moment. It's mainly about your work and your life, so it's definitely something to not to be worried too much about.
It's just a badge at the end of the day. What I continually say to people is that, okay, the enjoyable part is the journey for this, and I would throw away the award tomorrow, as long as I could just continue, getting involved in the opportunities, seeing the people, some very fantastic friends that I've made through the program, people who, today I'm going to be seeing, for example, next month, going on holiday, seeing people. This is what it's all. It's about the connections, and it's about the giving back. The award is just a bit of a cherry in the cake in the end. So
yeah, I think the true award is, or the true prize is, the community, because like I literally have so many countries, especially like Europe. There's like, I think no country I cannot go to where I can meet with someone from the MVP community or from the community itself, which I can just crash and we have a beer with, or in some cases even like have a hotel for free, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
so that's pretty nice, and I think we are in a very comfortable situation there. Yeah, I think with that, Joseph, another year, another 12 months of us on the MVP stages around the world in the program. If you do have questions for that, let me know. We can surely elaborate more about that. If
Contact
not,
us. Head over to
if you
resolvedependencies.com.
think, oh Jesus, please shut up about this. Tell us as well.
Is it not obvious that I want people to email us? I'm literally begging you at this point. Please send us an email.
Or something else, whatever you prefer.
Something else, whatever you prefer. Just Sebastian's very lonely. So what can I say?
I'm not. I just like, I have a very stressful vacation.
Like, how can your vacation be stressful? That is.
So I can tell you, but it's like, so today in the morning I went to the hair salon to get my hair done and look nice and fresh for you for this new podcast episode, which you didn't mention in the past 35 minutes.
Okay,
but
well, I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I'm
Your
fine with that.
hair looks great all the time anyway. And how is sitting in a barber's chair for 20 minutes stressful? Please tell me.
35 minutes because my hair is very special and it needs to be extra care. I had to get up early because the appointment was at 8:30, so I had to get up early for that. Then I had to rush home, get up, pick up the dogs, and go and drive to the vet because one of them had their teeth removed earlier this week, and maybe I miscommunicated with my girlfriend yesterday that she understood that I will go to the vet yesterday for the checkup, and I understood it in a way that she will call and let me know if I need to go because it was very much better yesterday. So I had to go there today. Then there was a delivery of furniture for the new garden, which I'm working on with some other people. Honestly, at the moment they are mainly working on that, and I will join that club then once they are done.
You're just project manager. You're just basically telling them what to do, and then
at the moment I'm the project manager, and they tell me should this be 5 meters or 4.5 meters, and I have no clue what I'm doing, and I'm just saying something, and then they will do it.
Yeah,
so
project manager. Perfect.
That will be 100% project manager on that. So this was stressful. Then as well, there is a lot of to-dos all around the place. So yeah, stressful.
We'll try and have a break. Try and relax. Try and do something fun and interesting.
Thank you, Joe.
And don't worry about all this. The fact that you're doing this podcast while you're on holiday, I think, is obviously props to you for sort of doing that. So let's not disturb your holiday any further. Get back, enjoy, have a Shona Urlaub, as they say.
Yes, it will be dinner now in a few moments.
So there you go, perfect.
Yeah, then watching the match.
Fingers crossed.
Actually, I'm actually cheering for England. So let's see. Hope I don't jinx it.
Right. Fingers crossed. Let's do it.
With that, fingers crossed. See you then in 2 weeks. Monday is the day for resolve your dependencies, but not ours. So we will figuring out. Thank you so much. Take care, like, comment, and subscribe. See you soon. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you. Take care.
Another 12 months of us being MVPs and being not silent about it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.